This video is about the cognitive function, introverted sensing, and how it compares to the subject of my last video, extroverted sensing. I've included a great scene from the Netflix series The Crown because it does a pretty good job of portraying the two functions. Hi, I'm Paul Sacco, and I'm a certified MBTI practitioner. I'm also the author of Strategy Quest, the executive guide for finding business opportunities. One of the things I write about in my book is how our personality type influences our approach to business strategy. When using SI, or introverted sensing, we take in information and our subconscious mind searches our long-term memory for reliable and safe options. Like its extroverted sensing cousin, introverted sensing pays a lot of attention to detail. However, rather than the details of sensory stimulation, introverted sensing is looking for factual detail. To find reliable and safe options, introverted sensing filters details through established conventions such as their past experience, procedures, rules and regulations, training, policies, their authority, others' expertise, standards, and checklists. In contrast, when using extroverted sensing, we are often seeking new experiences. Prior experiences and conventions might be viewed as constraining, and whether that new experience is completely safe or reliable is often a secondary consideration. Using extroverted sensing, we might decide to climb to the top of a mesa to get a spectacular view. Relying on introverted sensing, we are not likely to do this unless we are an experienced climber, have all the right equipment, which we've double-checked, and followed all the safe climbing procedures. Otherwise, if you're relying on introverted sensing, the only way to get to the top would be via a safe set of stairs with a handrail. When using the subjective experience of introverted sensing, we might believe that our way of doing something is the only correct way. Using introverted sensing, we might be skeptical of any changes initiated by others. This isn't necessarily resistance to change. Our introverted sensing function needs to be convinced that the change is reliable and safe. Those with introverted sensing in their type can be very trustworthy people. One of the reasons failure might not be an option is that introverted sensing doesn't want to let other people down. Those with introverted sensing in their type work hard to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. To ensure they deliver on their promises, they appreciate clear expectations about their roles, authority, and deliverables. Those with introverted sensing in their type are not necessarily risk-averse. Risk is a combination of how likely something is going to happen and how negative the impact is. Introverted sensors can do things with high potential negative impacts when they are confident that their procedures, training, experience, etc. will mitigate the probability and risk of an accident too low. Although flying a plane can end in tragic consequences, those with introverted sensing in their type can make excellent pilots. As a matter of fact, when traveling, I'd be more comfortable knowing that my pilot had an introverted sensing mindset rather than an extroverted sensing Top Gun mindset. The Costa Concordia cruise ship incident demonstrated that disaster can occur when a showboating captain puts extroverted sensing ahead of introverted sensing. Keep in mind that those with extroverted sensing in their type can be found with ranges of risk tolerance. They are not all adventurous risk takers. I'd also want my accountant to be using an introverted sensing mindset. Then I know I could trust him to do my financials accurately while following professional accounting procedures and standards. Of course, the medical profession also relies heavily on the trustworthiness of introverted sensing. In this scene from The Crown, Prince Philip meets the Apollo 11 astronauts. I've significantly edited this scene for brevity. I think this clip does a great job contrasting extroverted sensing and introverted sensing. Prince Philip expects the astronauts to relate experiences that are based on extroverted sensing. However, what he finds is that the three relate experiences that are based on the perspective of introverted sensing. In the comments section of this video, let me know what you think are some of the clues for this.
Mr. Neil Armstrong, Colonel Michael Collins, and Colonel Edwin Aldrin, Your Royal Highness.
It is a great, great honor, gentlemen. Congratulations, one and all. Anyway, I don't know if anyone told you, but I am actually a pilot myself, and I just want to say how much I admire what you've done. It's just remarkable. But also to say how much I identify in some way with who you are. See, I initially imagined that I wanted to ask questions of you on a technical level. What is the physical experience of G-forces of that magnitude and so on, and because of the position that I've ended up in here, who I've become, who I'm married to, I've not been able to achieve the things I would have liked to. As a man, as an adventurer. And watching you three heroes at work, it was like watching a dream. Which is why I leapt at the chance to meet with you. Even if it is just for 10 minutes, that I might ask what your thoughts were out there.
Neil? Well, obviously, a sense of relief that we executed the mission successfully.
No, of course. Perspectives, observations of our place.
To be honest, there wasn't much time for that. As a pilot, you'll know what they drill into you above all else is protocol or procedure. You gotta stick to the rules.
Yes.
Well, as an astronaut, it's double that.
We've pretty much spent our entire time with lists in our hands, ticking things off.
Tick check, tick check.
Eyes are glued to the mission protocol to such a degree you never really get to look outside. That's how busy they keep you.
Busy?
Tight leash.
Not to mention, most of the time you're so darn tired. No matter how hard you practice, you never get used to the sleep.
After I completed the moonwalk,
I watched it all, every step.
I got back into the module and knew we only had a few hours to get some rest before we took off again. So I got my head down, I closed my eyes.
Wait for it.
But all I could hear was this noise. Bang, 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 bang.
What?
Bang, bang, bang.
From outside the module?
I know, you know what it was?
The water cooler. It was making this noise. Bang, bang, bang. The greatest engineers in the world design a rocket that takes us to the moon, but they can't even get us a decent water cooler.
So you're right. It was full of surprises.
I see.
In the next video, we'll take a look at extroverted thinking. If you'd like to enrich your life by understanding your personality type, click on the link below for my formal online MBTI assessment. To keep up with my latest videos on personality type and business, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.